today we're going to be getting back to doing some building. And the main area I want to concentrate on is over here at the copper mines that we started a couple of episodes ago before we upgraded to Minecraft 1.21. But for the last couple of episodes, we've been exploring the new features, getting some automated crafting set up, and last time we explored the trial chambers and got ourselves an absolute ton of copper. But the trial chamber wasn't completely successful, so I did spend a little bit of time between episodes trying to get a few more things. So in the trial chamber that we found last time, I did actually find another ominous vault under a staircase, and there was a couple of things in the chest next to it, which is very useful, but the ominous vault itself, not too great. So at that point I decided to go find another trial chamber, and I took all of the ominous vault keys I had with me. In the first ominous vault, I got one of the new floor banner patterns. The next one, we got the floor armor trim, which is very good. Next one, just an enchanted golden apple. One after that, we got the music disc. The next one was just an ominous bottle and a diamond chestplate, and that was it. And then the last one, another enchanted golden apple. I also opened 2 normal vaults, but as you'd expect, nothing too great from those. So I brought all my loot back to the first chamber, and I had another 2 normal keys, so I opened 2 normal vaults and more of the same. And then somehow I managed to find another 2 ominous vaults in this trial chamber. I definitely didn't search it well enough. So the first one, we got some pretty decent loot, but then in the last one, I actually got a heavy core. So I am so happy about this, I can now craft the mace. So I suppose we should do that right now, shouldn't we? So let's just have a look at the stuff we've got. So I've done a little bit of mining, and I have a full shulker box full of oxidized copper. So this is great news. I think copper farms are going to be a thing of the past, definitely for me anyway. Got a ton of the normal wax copper in here, and then just a few of the other little bits. So yeah, definitely doing alright for copper now, and if I need any more, I know where to go. So I do have another 2 trial keys, so I will open a few more of the normal vaults, and I will actually focus on the normal vaults now, because I already have one of the armor trims, and this is the one that you get from the ominous vaults. The other new armor trim that was added in 1.21, you get from the standard vaults, so that's why I'm going to be opening some of those, and hopefully get the other armor trim as well. But very pleased I've got this one, and the other thing I'm really pleased about is the heavy core. So let's grab that, and 2 breeze rods. And that means we can now craft the mace. I thought that would have been an advancement, but you probably have to use it to get it. So anyway, that's good. New weapon. This update is so awesome. I'm really enjoying it so far. So I will grab all of these things later, but I really want to get back and do a little bit of building. So let's just put that back in there. I am going to grab... So what, let's put that in there because it's quite precious at the minute. I don't think I'm going to get another heavy core or another one of these anytime soon. But we do have some new enchantments that can be added to this, so hopefully we can get some of those sorted soon. But for now, let's just grab all this copper and we'll get back over where we're going to be doing a little bit of building. But I suppose the other thing I should mention as well, another thing I've done between episodes, if you just go through the Nether portal, I have set up a very pretty tunnel. So yeah, my standard Nether hub at the minute. Not even got this blocked off, and this does go through a bastion as signified by this black stone here, so I do need to make this fairly safe. But this just goes into my nether hub near where my end portal is, and then just here near the city. So I'm just going to dump some stuff in here, get some more building materials, and we'll get back to doing some building. Right, so back over in the tunnel that we built a couple of episodes ago, and the copper that we've got in here, I thought it was quite excessive at the time, and I did struggle to get all of this. And over in my storage area just next to this, this is all the copper that I had left. And this is everything I had on me up until last episode. But now, with everything that we got last time, I think we're going to be alright for copper. So I can go even more excessive on the copper. So the thing I really want to get done today is build a gatehouse above here. So I did start with the towers when I built this. And I've got these little things at the side, but I want to make make this a big grand entrance. I don't want to make it too symmetrical. I want to have like a tower on one side and more like a house, like a sleeping quarters for the guards that work here can stay. But we've got a few things we need to get done before then. So I think the first thing is to do a little bit of terraforming around here. And I say terraforming, all I'm basically doing is putting a path in here with the deep slate. And then I think just building up the grass at the sides just to cover this up a little bit. So let's go on with that now. Okay, so there's the first little bit of work done. We've got this path coming in, extending the bridge right down to the end where the mountain is. And then we've also covered the sides up with a little bit of grass as well, just so it's not a big eyesore like the outside of a tunnel. Over here we have these towers as well, and as you can probably guess from looking at this, I'm planning on putting a spiral staircase down here, and then this will go down into the sides of the dock, and then be able to see the boats coming down here. Now, what I haven't decided on is if we should have like some kind of like gate down here, so we can stop the boats coming in, and then they have to like check in with the office that we've got over here. So do the people get off the boat and come up here, or is there someone stationed down here? I don't know. So maybe that's not something I need to worry about too much at the minute, but it will determine what I have up here as well. So I was thinking if we had like a wall that probably goes all the way down here, we can have buildings all the way along here, maybe some offices like we've just said, or we could probably have some stables as well, because we're going to have people coming in from this way. So there's a lot we could put up here, but what I'm thinking about now is what we're going to do at the back. So I did say in a previous episode that this tunnel and the boats that come down it is the way that this society currently imports and exports things from the town that we're going to have back there and all the mines. And then what we've got above is something like from the past, so they used to use horse and carts rather than the boats. But I think I'm not going to completely separate it like that. I think this should still be in use. And with that in mind, what I was going to do was have a dirt track that went around the outside of this hill, because I thought like having a tunnel through here would be too big a project for the level of society before. But I think it makes sense now. If this is still going to be in use, there should probably be like a grand tunnel over here as well, and then up here we'll have like an old way of getting around, so we'll have an old like dirt path road, maybe like a rickety bridge and some supports, and then that gives us a couple of different ways of getting into here. So that tunnel will come through this way, and we'll be able to see down into the docks, and there may even be a way down into there as well. And then right at the back we have the entrance into the copper mines that's going to be down there somewhere. So there are a couple of things we need to think about, but I think first we need to get these towers and this gatehouse built, don't we? So what I've done is I've made a start on this. I haven't got any stairs on me, but I've tried to put like a little bit of a shape on the side of here. So we're going to have stairs as well to smooth that out a little bit. But what I was thinking was the towers I'm going to put on here are probably going to be slightly wider than what I've built here. So rather than just make this really big at the bottom, I thought we could have like a little support structure at the side, and then that can look like it's holding up what's above it, but without being too big and blocky itself. Where do I start? Where do I start with this? I think I've decided I'm going to have a tower on this side, and then like more of like a house structure on this side, and then in the middle we're going to have a big gate, obviously, enough for like the horse and carts to get through, and then above that maybe like a defensive structure, so maybe somewhere for like archers to stand and say, no, you're not welcome here, shoot in the face, that kind of thing. I have been doing a little... Ow. Elytra, thank you. So I've been doing a little bit of resource gathering. I've got a ton of diorite and calcite. That's one of the main things I want to use. And then I've just been chopping down a load of spruce trees. So I was struggling again for spruce, so I've got over a shulker box there, which is very good. Ton of cobblestone and andesite, so we're going to do like some gradients. I've got a load of stone in here as well. I've got chests and chests of that. So I've got the stone and cobblestone and the andesite, and then that can switch into the calcite, and then we're going to have a ton of wood as well, and I'm probably going to use a lot of copper for the roof as well. Now that we've got loads of it, we might as well get this used. I don't think we're going to go with the amethyst, but there'll probably be a lot of dark oak as well, and yeah, lots of other things. Deep slate is going to be heavily featured, as you'd expect, so I suppose we should just grab a few things and get on with it. Right, so to get this started, we're just adding some deep slate at the bottom, making this a little bit wider so it looks heavily fortified. And keeping with that look, we're going for the iron bars at the bottom just to make it look nice and sturdy. And then adding pillars of deep slate above that to transition into the next level. And then build the arch for the main gatehouse, again out of deep slate. The next step is to build the house structure, and we're going for a mix of diorite and calcite. And then adding in spruce logs in the corners just to break it up a little bit. And also leaving gaps for the windows. Adding in a few fence gates for detailing, and then adding the flooring on the centre structure above where the gate is. Then it's on to the tower, so we're building the stone part of this, but this time starting with stone, going through andesite, diorite, and then into the calcite, and then adding details as we go with logs, walls, and fences, and then start on the wooden section at the top with a few pillars of spruce. Then we'll build the roof on the house side with copper just above the walls, and then using deep slate tiles for all of the roof, and then finish off the peak of that with some walls and fences. Next is on to building the central bridge section. So this is all wood, and we have a few balconies here for the archers to stand on, and then a deep slate roof on top of that as well. And then we can build the gate below the deep slate section, and this is mainly spruce wood, but we've added a few other wood variants in there just to texture that up a little bit. And then finish off the deep slate around the base of the tower, adding a few more pillars and stairs just to make this look a bit sturdier and a bit more fortified. And then it's on to the top of the tower, so finishing off the wood section at the top, And then I thought, why not add another floor? So I built another section on top of that, and then built a deep slate trim around there for the edge of the roof. And then I went crazy with the oxidized cut copper and built the whole roof out of that. I just added in a few little details on top. Okay, so there it is. We now have a completed gatehouse, and I'm so happy with how this has turned out. And surprisingly, it didn't actually take that long. I did do a couple of bits after I finished that time lapse. Basically, the glass in the windows, completely forgot to do that, so we've got that in there now. And we can see through to the other side, so that means there's no interiors yet, but that will get done, hopefully, very soon. And over here as well, I didn't do the back of this tower in the time lapse, all these bits around here, so I've added that in. And yeah, this is so cool, really like it, and I think it's a really grand entrance for what this area is going to be. But if we can have a quick look inside, I have started doing a few little bits. So I'm trying to section this off a little bit. And then we've got our big spiral staircase in here. And this goes up to a few different areas. So we'll go down first. The first thing we'll come to is like a little room at the back that looks out over these iron bars. And I don't know what we're going to have back here yet. So this room may not be too practical. But if this is going to be like a guard station, this could be like a sleeping area or something like that, couldn't it? And then a little bit further down as well, we go into a room that I may not use, but this is just above the tunnel that the boats go down. So I could put like a storage area in here, or it could even be like a secret tunnel that goes through to somewhere else. And then if we come down a little bit further, we have the main part of the docks. So I did toy with the idea of having like a gate here so people could get off the boats and then go up to the office, but I think this is more of like a worker's entrance really. I think if we do an office, it'll either be on the surface for the horse and carts, and then maybe down here where we have this big open area, we could do something like that for those. But I think this is just like a guard's entrance, employees only, that kind of thing. And then if we go up right to the top, so this is the main level where we go onto the bridge, and then if we go up a little bit further, we have another room up here, kind of, because there's no wall yet, and I can do something behind there. Again, maybe another just like a sleeping area. And then up here we have like the defensive area, so we've got these little balconies, we can look who goes there, that kind of thing. And then over here, definitely not done yet, and there was a bit of a mob situation down here at one point, but I've got that sorted now. But I've just got a floor in here, and yeah, I do need to actually dig through this because I don't think I have a way of accessing this. Oh no, we have this coming out here, don't we? So this is the bit that goes into the dock, and then the pearls necessary. So yeah, this is the other side of the bridge. So definitely a little bit of work to do up here, and I do love this, having the upside down stairs next to the logs, really cool little feature. So it looks like a normal floor from the top, but then it's just an extra little bit of detail in the ceiling below. Yeah, so you'll see in my inventory I have a broken elytra, because while I was building this I didn't have any way of getting up and down. So if we just have a look up here into this tower, not that tower, this tower, we have this section at the top, and then just below the first bit I built, this is where I've been storing everything. So I had to fly up and down here loads of times, and my elytra was worn right down, and then I completely forgot about it. So I was flying around and it just broke. So luckily I was over this river, so no damage done. But yeah, I need to go get that fixed. So yeah, got tons of materials up here that I'm probably going to leave actually, because I have quite a few more buildings that I want to put down here. So this thing, while it is a cool structure on its own, and it definitely works at the other side of this bridge, if we think about this practically, if this is like a defensive structure, people are just going to go, well, I'll just go around. Obviously not flying like I am, but they'll probably just walk around, so yeah, I'm not dealing with the guards, just go this way. So I need something that stops people getting over here. So it's either a wall in the style of this, or like a big cliff face. But knowing me as I am, I'll probably do both. So I was thinking more for this side, I can make this a cliff face. I have started a little bit with it there, and that was just to block off the top of the tunnel. So I'll probably just extend the stone from here, build this up a little bit, and make that look like inaccessible. And then I think around here, as we have this grass coming up this way, and we've got a ton of stone here, I'll probably have the grass come along the top of this, but then have this as like a cliff face that's inaccessible. And then I think maybe a little bit of a wall that goes into the end of that cliff. I think doing both of them, it could look really cool. And then also through here, I want to dig this all the way through, but we've already said about this. I'm going to dig this all the way through, so we have like a big grand entrance that goes into the other side, and then at the other side we have this big hole in the ground that we need to somehow turn into a dock. Now I don't know why, but I'm thinking circle on top of it, which makes my life way more difficult to build, especially as it's a dock. So we'd have to have like little sections cut out the side of that for the boats to dock in. But yeah, we'll see. It may be a circle, it might not be. And then from there, we're going to go into the big copper mines that are going to be over here. And I'm thinking now they're not going to go back as far as I originally planned. So let's get down there and show what I'm talking about. So originally I did have the idea of having a mountain coming all the way back this way, and the reason for that is this is the first thing I built in this area, and we have a big open area down here, and this is where I first started mining out all my copper. And I have a ton more copper. I did say I didn't have any more copper, but I completely forgot about this because I mined a lot out of the trial chambers, didn't I? So yeah, I need to mine all this up, and then we'll have this amethyst geode around here. Now I probably will want to access this, and then this is the drowned farm up here, so I'm probably not going to use that too much now. And this is all just like 1.17 stuff, so this is actually quite far back. I'm probably going to change this from a drowned farm and just change it into a normal zombie spawner, and maybe try and make this a little bit more symmetrical. So we have a skeleton spawner here, zombie one here that turns them into drowns. But I think if I make this room a little bit more symmetrical, have a better killing area than what we've got, I think that could look pretty cool. But I don't think I need to have this as like the main feature of the build anymore. I think if I do something over here, which is much closer to where the dock is. Now I don't know where this goes. Well, it doesn't go anywhere. Can I get out this way? Yeah, so I did move my beacon. I did have one that was right over here where the tunnel was, but it was a bit in the way, so I got rid of that. The problem is now, though, I want to dig through this mountain, and the beacons I've got set up don't reach to this half of it, so I think I want to go do another one. First, though, we should probably get everything repaired. And just checking on the auto crafter that we set up a couple of episodes ago, this thing is still working great. And while I was up there, I got an extra 6 blocks of gold, so it's great. I don't have to come down here, craft all this up. Love it. Okay, so back over in the city, I'm just checking on my stocks of wither skeleton skulls, and I do have 4 in here, because I've been doing a little bit of hunting at Nether Fortress, and one of the things I want to get done really soon is to build a proper wither skeleton farm, because getting these is a bit annoying. So I have been doing a lot of work over at Nether Fortress, so we'll probably have a look at that in the next episode. What I've got in here, I also have another 3 wither skeleton skulls, and believe it or not, everything else is all I need to set up a wither rose farm, and I'm going to need an absolute ton of wither roses for the wither skeleton farm I want to set up. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to go set up a wither rose farm, and in the process get ourselves another nether star, so we can get another beacon and set that up at the copper mines. But if we just come out here and have a look at this building down at the end, in here I have a chest, and if you remember, in the last episode, I was exploring a trial chamber, and whilst preparing for that, I was looking for my netherite chestplate, because I knew I'd got the advancement, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And the reason for that is, this is all the old gear that I had before the netherite upgrade smithing template was a thing. So I retired all of this, and I got the stuff I've got now properly. This is why I've got the advancement for doing the chestplate, but I haven't done another one since then. So I can stop worrying about that now, and if I need a netherite chestplate, I just need to upgrade a diamond one. Right, so let's get to the end, and we'll go set up this wither rose farm. Right, so I am aware I don't show my end island very often, and it's nothing too fancy. We do have a little bit of a room around the main platform. Got a little bit of staircase going up there, and then over this way we have what looks like an enderman farm, and it kind of is, but it's actually a skulk farm. I think I would actually like to replace this with a proper enderman farm, and I know I wouldn't use it that much because I use the gold farm for all my XP, but it's just a standard thing to have, isn't it? Coming out this way from the end island and just having an enderman farm over there is usually the way to go. So I still want a skulk farm, so I'll probably move this somewhere else, but yeah, anyway, we'll get to that, because I've got a lot of stuff I want to do in the end. I've only actually opened one of the portals, so I think I want to kill the dragon a few more times, 19 I believe, and then we can get the rest of these portals. We've only got the one over there. But the thing we're interested in today is the main exit portal here. I'm going to set up the wither rose farm just below here. Now I think I've actually already dug out the blocks that I need to do this. So yeah, I've been planning to do this for a little bit. So it's a really small room we've got under here. Normally I usually do this a lot bigger, but we're just going to build the wither on top of here. And the idea is they're going to kill snow golems. And the great thing about snow golems is we can make the resources to build them completely renewable. So what we're going to do is stand here and place snow blocks, and then a dispenser is going to put the pumpkin on top for us, and then as the snow golem drops, another dispenser is going to remove the pumpkin. Now the snow golem will still carry on and work as normal, but that means I'll get the pumpkins back, and then when the snow golems come down here, they'll get killed by the wither, and that will produce snow. So I can come and collect all that, craft up the snow blocks again, and then just carry on placing them, and that's it. Basically, I'll just get this built, and then we can see how it works. And I'm hoping it does, because I haven't built this for about 2 versions now, so I haven't even checked if it works. Let's see. Okay, so I've got all that set up now, and as I said, very simple. So we just have an observer here, a bit of redstone on top, and a lever, and this will just activate a clock, and we have carved pumpkins in here, which we'll put on top of the snow golems. And then down here we have shears, and that will just shear the pumpkins off as the snow golem drops. So I'm just going to do one test one, because I haven't got the wither in there yet. So yeah, let's just see if this actually works as I remember. So we just need to put one there and one there. And as you saw, that has now taken the pumpkin off of that one, and it should go in there and do its thing, but obviously we need the wither in there first. So let's put the wither in. Now, as this is a new version of Minecraft, I don't know if this still works, if you can still trap them in bedrock, but I think it does. I haven't seen otherwise that it doesn't do that, so hopefully this won't go through and kill my spawn village. Fingers crossed, it's just going to get traps there. And let's see if we can get the wither roasted. So that's not going... Oh, there we go, right. So now, if I just hold the snow blocks on here, just hold down right click, it should just keep creating snow golems, and they keep dying, we'll get wither roses, and enough snow to do it all again. So just keep doing this, and if I stand here, I will actually get the carved pumpkin. That's why we've got the trapdoor behind us. So nice and simple, and it's basically just holding around right click, and then every now and then going and collecting the wither roses so they don't get destroyed, and getting the snowballs to crafting snow blocks. Nice and simple. So obviously it's not fully automated, and there are ways of doing that with Enderman and using the end gateways, but you know what, for the amount I need, it's not too bad. Although I do need quite a few. I think I need enough to do like 4 chunks out of wither roses. So yeah, no, it's actually more than that. About 6 chunks, I think. So yeah, it's probably going to take me a while to do this, but I think this is what I'll be doing between episodes. Right, so that is all my snow golem. So if we come down here, there's still quite a few of them there, isn't there? Normally they die quicker than this, so I think there has been a change. But yeah, 46 wither roses there, so that's not too bad for the amount of time that took me to do. And I've got probably more snow than I started with. Well, I will do once all these die anyway. So it's like, yeah, 49 wither roses, nice. Right, so I'll do this for a bit, as long as I can be bothered to do. And then we can get our other nether star and get back. Right, so I've been doing this for just over 30 minutes, and I've done quite well. Look at that. 23 stacks of wither roses. Now, I believe for the wither skeleton farm I want to build, it's 33 stacks I need, so I need to get another 10 stacks. But I can live with that. I can do that another time, because, as I say, this is only taking me about half an hour to do this. And I've ended up with way more snow than I started with, so that's not bad at all. But let's kill this wither before it suffocates. And we can get this nether start and get that other beacon set up. There we go. Right. Okay, let's go get this sorted. Let's turn it off. And I should probably pick these up as well, shouldn't I? I'll take the rest of the snow back with me, and maybe a little bit more of this. I say it was half an hour, but most of the time I actually spent crafting up snow blocks. So I think now we've got the auto crafter, it might actually make sense to put one of those down here. So if I could just stand here where all the snow's on the floor, if I can reach to like a barrel or a chest that's over there, put the snow in it, and then that can go into a crafter, and then maybe feed it back up to me up here somewhere. Because placing the blocks and then putting the pumpkins back in, not too difficult at all, doesn't take much time. But then when I drop down here and come and collect all the wither roses, there's just absolutely tons of snow. So I suppose I could just leave it. I think it'd be a nice idea just to get that set up, even though I only do need another 10 stacks of them. But very happy that's done. So anyway, let's go get this beacon set up. Okay, so back over here we have visitors, but I've also got a beacon base down, beacon crafted, and then we can get that in there with haste 2. Right, so that means I should have full coverage for everything I want to dig out. So now I can just dig through here and get this tunnel going all the way to the side. Let's just do this little bit together. And it shouldn't be that far. Although I did, the other beacon I did reach 50 blocks, so it's going to be about 100 blocks all the way through, I think. Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. So that's just above the tunnel. So block that in. And yeah, we're not far actually. So it just goes up here. So can I go at that level? Yeah, that'll go into the dock. So that's going to be a big scary mob farm now, isn't it? Let's get rid of this. So let's do this all the way along, and that is going to go out into the dock. And it is slightly lower. I didn't think about this actually. That level over there is going to be lower than the floor height here. So I may need to dig a lot of this down so we can have this at the same height. I think that'd be pretty good, because I was worried that this was too big a drop to be able to build something down. But I think at this height, maybe we could go up a little bit. That's not a problem. But yeah, I think that could be good. But I don't think we want to get into doing that just yet. Got a lot done today, as you can see behind me, and we've even got our Wither Rose farm going, and we're well on the way to getting what we need for the Wither Skeleton farm. So next time, not too sure what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably get this mountain tunnel dug out between episodes, but I think next time, I think I at least want to make a start on doing the Wither Skeleton farm. But you know what, I think that's enough for today. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.